Hi, my name is Caitlin Olson, and for my literature presentation, I decided to use three books that follow the same theme that are kind of under dystopia and or where the main characters are escaping their own worlds. So the three books I chose for this project are The Hunger Games, written by Susan Collins, Divergent, who is written by Veronica Roth, and The Blade Runner, who is written by Alan Norse. And that last book is a little bit older, so I know many of you probably don't know that book, but it falls under the same theme. So for The Hunger Games, obviously we've already read it, and it's about Katniss Everdeen, who volunteers as tribute to go into her society's annual Hunger Game, and to be able to compete in the Hunger Game, you have to have survival skills along with protecting yourself, even against those who you might feel like you can trust. And this whole book is about going up against the government and what they believe in, and how they think that you should be in a game where you're killing other people, which isn't okay. So Katniss Everdeen obviously volunteers and goes up against other kids and beats them out, basically. Um, but during the process doesn't really understand how she's going to be able to win because she kind of doubts herself in the situation of not being a hero. But in the end, she does become the main hero, and she goes up against the government and proving them wrong. And eventually, her and Peeta come up with a plan where they are both going to die, and the government doesn't allow it because the society wouldn't want that. So that goes up against the society and basically beating the growth as the individual versus what they interpret themselves as. So they grow as a character, evolving themselves into the heroes that they are, and taking matters into their own hands, and using rebellion and nonconformity against their capital, making them the heroes and having to go against what the society believes in. And then the second book I chose was Divergent, which is about a strict society that is divided into 5 factions. These 5 factions do not associate with themselves or with each other. And time goes on, the main character goes up and tries to revolt against the government. The moral of the story is main character basically fails the last test, and the government kind of finds out that she's divergent, which they don't want. And so during the process, she has to go up against the government, in which she has friends and family that are involved in it. And this creates a toll on her because she's going against people she loves. And the government basically tries to kill them, tries to brainwash them, and she's able to kind of do a plan of attack again, like the Hunger Games, and go up against the government. And really showing the character that she is that she thinks outside of the box and that she is the hero. And eventually she escapes it, and she kind of proves the government wrong again. So once again, the government or the society that these characters are involved in, they are going against what they're supposed to believe in. And so the last book I chose was the Blade Runner, which is based on basically a futuristic view of Los Angeles, which becomes a fallen city that is the sea and decay and demise. And the Blade Runner is an ex-police officer that has been assigned to kill androids, which are replicants of human beings. And as he tracks them down, he realizes his intense hatred towards artificial, inhumane individuals, basically being something that you're not, which a lot of, in all three of these books, that's kind of like a theme, is that these people don't really know what they are, and they're trying to find themselves out, which they're involved with other people that are pretending to be something that they're not. So with that, the character tries to question who his own identity is and what makes him human and not an android as well. And during this book, he is able to identify who he is and his true character and all of that. So that's like another going up against the government, going up against his world, his society of the androids, and beating them out and becoming a hero out of it. And all three of these novels are suitable for young adult readers, typically within the high school range to young adults. So like us, and who have an interest in these. All three of these books are all like science fiction, or futuristic, and technology views. So that's kind of the same theme with all of them. In each novel, main character is taking on their larger body of existence, and through their storylines, question how they fit in this larger existence. And the further question is how it is to be human and to be alive, and to stay true to yourself and not pretend to be who you're not. So with these three, those are the theme that I decided to use, and I hope you enjoy this presentation.